I do believe that this lends itself to transparency, and you know, I think that it would be a benefit to all of us to be able to do that, and I think it would kind of get rid of some of the angst that goes on up here if we went to that.
If you don't mind, I was going to, we had it in place at one point against the will of the school board, and we removed it to make them happy, and then now it wants it back.
Or not. Go ahead.
So I did do a little research on this because I didn't want to throw this out here as just a harebrained idea that maybe wouldn't go anywhere. But I did get some feedback, and it seems as though there are a few localities that do this. I think Caroline does it, Culpeper does it, and I think it would be something that we would. Of course, I know I made a motion, but I want to make sure that staff, Ed, you know, what your thoughts are on that before we go down that road. But I would like to. I think that would be something that we should do.
And Mr. Chair, one last thing I just want to take, because we had it in place in the past, and we never denied the school board's request. So because they have to come back, if you want to move money from one fund to another fund, the school board has to come back and request the board of supervisors to transfer, to move, authorize moving the money. And the board never denied a request to the school board.
Chairman, Ms. Hayes, I agree with you 100% on categorical funding. In the past, I know it was pushed back from the school board, but when we've seen what's been presented to the public for the schools, funding the schools this way is the only legal option this board has to have some assurance and some control over some of the cuts that were proposed by school administration. Well, when you're talking about cutting libraries out of schools and violating the state code, nobody suffers but our kids, and that's the kids and the teachers are who we need to be looking out for the most right now with what we've got going on in the schools. So I fully support categorical funding. I'd like to see of course, we've got 9 categories there, but I'd like to see a breakdown if we could get that provided to the board of what fits into each category. So we know exactly where, I'm assuming that the library is going to fit in the instructional category, but I may be assuming wrong. The state may require that to be in another one of these categories, but we need, I don't think we have another choice. When you're talking about cutting school programs, like governor school and an IB program, those are kids and programs that we should want, and we want to excel those children here in Spotsylvania County. Those programs, when I came up, they weren't available. They probably came in. You probably caught the last section of it, Jake. It might have been there your senior year, but it wasn't available. I wish it was available, and I'd hate for any of that to go away. And by this type of funding, I think we can't guarantee that those programs will be saved, or guarantee the libraries will be saved, but it gives them a whole lot better chance.
All right. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chair, if
Yep.
I may,
Yep.
I have a couple of points,
Sure.
if I may. The first is that as of this evening, I have not heard back from the school board
Roger.
as to whether or not they're going to be here.
Okay.
In the absence of a joint meeting, I'll see if I can get somebody from the schools here
Okay.
to be able to answer the board's questions on Thursday. And then before your vote on categorical funding, I want to make sure that our budget staff, are there any issues with preparing, or will you be able to prepare that in time?
Yeah, so actually right now the school board actually uses these classifications, and we use these classifications when we record it into our system.
So you're saying it would be pretty easy?
Yeah, we really, on our end, we would not see a
No work.
change.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that it seems as though we have to step up. There's this question that is lingering out there, these constant, as Tim has called them, garbage cuts. Other people have said other things about them. The public obviously is up in arms against them. Cutting CGS and cutting IB is just, stupid. It really is. So I think that this board really needs to take as big of a step as we can to put ourselves in that position where we can do what we can and not get into their lane. And I don't want to go to quarterly funding, but if we really had to, I really want them to understand that, at least for myself, I'm very serious about it, because this isn't a game. You know, it's not something you should be playing around with. And I feel like too often it seems like that. And from my point of view, the funding needs to get, as Lori had said, right to our teachers. We're losing teachers constantly. And if your priority and all the funding is keeping the lights on. But the whole point is that I think we all want to make sure our teachers are well compensated and we keep the good ones. And I didn't get that feel that it's coming from the other side. So whatever we can do to step in and to be the adults in the room, I'm more than happy to do that.